Today we are going to talk about erased. This is the story of a man named Ben Logan who one day suddenly finds out that his entire identity has been erased and none of his records in any system. No, the story begins and the scene of Belgium appears in front of us. This is where we see Ben Logan. Ben is an American, but some time ago he came to Belgium and shifted. His daughter lives with him, whose name is Amy. Ben's wife dies, and they come here to Belgium. His daughter is always upset. She doesn't like her father, but Ben tries his best to keep Amy happy. Ben works in a security agency, and he is very expert in his work. Time passes like this. One day as soon as Ben goes to work, an employee there shows him a strange thing. They have got a new device whose security code they have to break, but the employee tells him, "This device is not ours. I am completely sure that it does not belong to Hellgate Company, and if we are breaking the security of any other company's devices, then it is a very bad thing and it is also illegal." After listening to this, Ben also gets thinking and says that he will investigate the whole matter. He starts researching everywhere and then he meets his senior Derek. Today Ben has to give a demonstration that all of these are biometric locks and how easily they can be broken. When he gives a demonstration to everyone, they are all very impressed. Then he talks to Derek and tells them about today's device. Derek says it is something big. "It's not a problem, maybe we might have made a mistake in its serial number. That device must be ours. For now I want you to focus on today's project. Your demonstration was very good. I want a complete report about that device. I will find out, but until the truth comes out, this matter should remain between both of us, but I want the complete report of today's demonstration by night." After hearing these things, Ben says that I have to go to my daughter. It is very important to go, but Derek does not listen to him and says that once you finish this work, then you can go. Then Ben starts working, and in the meantime it is 8 o'clock at night when Floyd, an employee named Ben, comes and says that it is 8 o'clock in the night, now you should go. Then Ben says that my report is also completed and prints the report and comes out and gives it to Walter. Then the school scene comes to the fore. Today Amy gets the award as the best, seeing which he is very happy. As soon as Ben reaches here, he comes to know that Amy has left from here with her friends, but Amy is roaming around. She has a crush on a boy named Nob. Then Ben arrives there and starts leaving with Amy. Nobby doesn't like this at all. When Ben is bringing her, she starts talking about Nobby. Asks if you both are in a relationship. Then Ben says that how many times has your grandfather called you? You should have picked up the phone. Even then she starts twisting these things, and says that I will talk to him. Then Ben gives her cookies. What Ben doesn't know is that Amy is allergic to cashew nuts. As soon as she eats the cookies, she starts feeling ill. Ben takes her to the hospital. When they admit Amy, Ben stays out all night. He remains asleep. Early in the morning Amy gets better and then both of them start coming back towards home. Ben apologizes to Amy and says that I should not have fed you cookies. I should have known that you were eating cashew nuts. I have allergies and I also apologize for yesterday when you received the award. I should have been there, but I will make up for it today. I am with you the whole day. I just need to pick up a few things from my office. I would have picked things up. Yes, then we will go straight home. After saying this, he starts coming towards the office and signals Walter by looking into the camera to open the door, but no response comes. Then he goes near the door and sees that the door is open. It is already open. As soon as he enters inside, he sees that the entire office is empty. Looking at the office, it seems as if there was never any office here, whereas Ben comes to work from here at night itself. When I came out, this place was something different. Ben first calls the number here. Then he sees that the number here is not being received. He goes down to the payphone and calls from there, but the call is not received from there too. Then he tries to call Derek, but Derek's number is also switched off, so he picks up Amy and drives all day to Hellgate's headquarters. After arriving at the headquarters, he asks about himself. They tell him that there is no information about a man named Bill Logan in their database. Then he asks about Derek. They say that there is no information about Derek either. Gradually, Ben's problems start increasing, then he goes. After doing this, he meets their manager. When he talks to the manager tells that we never had a branch there. The place you are talking about, Ben says that I have been working there for the last 3 months. I can't figure out what's going on here. He takes out his phone to show the email exchange, but finds that his phone is completely blank. Ben doesn't understand what's going on. He was working for the company for the last 3 months. That company was fake and disappeared overnight. There is definitely some big conspiracy behind it. Now Ben has one last option, that is to go to the bank and get his salary as and when he has received that salary transaction and finds out where that money came from. It immediately reaches the bank. After going to the bank, when he gets all the details of his account, then he comes to know that ever since he opened his account there has been no transaction in his account since it was opened. Now Ben does not understand this. His problems start increasing like this. Then we see Amy. When Amy had won the AA competition, she had received a check. She knows that. She goes to Ben so that he can cash the check, then Floyd comes and points the gun at Ben. Then he also sees Amy. He tells Ben not to move at all. He brings both of them out. He makes Ben sit on the driver's seat and Amy next to him, points a gun at him and tells him to keep driving. They start driving out of the city. As soon as they both reach out of the city, Ben signals Amy. As soon as she puts on her seat belt, Ben causes the car to crash. Then Amy comes out of the car first. She is slightly injured, but in the meantime, Floyd also comes out, but before Amy can catch him, Ben attacks him. The two start fighting. Ben beats him repeatedly and says, "How long have you been following us? Tell me who you work for." Then Floyd. Ben understands that if they had gone to the house at night, then perhaps neither of them would have been alive, they would have been killed in the night itself. He would have answered similar questions to Floyd. But when Floyd doesn't respond, Ben kills him. As soon as Amy sees this, she panics as her father is murdered right before her eyes, but Ben knows the danger is far from over. Those people will be coming after them. Then he starts searching Flood. He takes out his money along with some other things, and starts running away with Amy. Then the police come here and try to stop them. They try, but Ben does not stop and keeps running away with Amy. After some time, these people come inside the empty house. Then Amy says to Ben, "Who are you? I saw you fighting. You are not an ordinary man like this. How can you be so calm even after committing a murder? We should have gone to the police. The police would have helped us. You killed that man. It was a self-defense. Nothing happens to us. I am not able to understand why. Why are we running like this?" Then Ben doesn't respond to her words. He starts looking at all Floyd's things. Then he finds the number of a locker inside. Without wasting any time, he takes Amy to that place and that locker. As soon as he opens the locker, he finds a file inside, but the policemen are roaming around here. As soon as they see Ben, they start chasing him, but with great cleverness, Ben dodges them and runs away. And talks with Amy in foreign language so that no one suspects him. After coming out, as soon as he opens the file, he finds photos and ID cards of many people. All these are the people who used to work. She was with Ben in that company, which has now disappeared, and then here Amy looks at her picture with her grandfather. She gets surprised as soon as she sees this thing, that what is happening, but Ben is still he is calm and Amy doesn't understand this. Ben takes out a map. After looking at the ID cards of all these people, he starts marking everyone's location. Which hospital is nearest to their house? Quickly tell him about a hospital. I find out that he goes to the hospital and says that he wants to see the mortuary here. After going inside, he tells the names of all the employees one by one. He sees the dead bodies of almost all the people here. Amy told him about that device. He sees her dead body and after looking at her hands, he finds a number there. Then he starts noting down the number. As soon as Amy sees this thing, she says that if the allergic reaction had not happened, then perhaps we too would have been in the same morgue. Meanwhile, we see Walter, who has come to this hospital and shows their pictures at the reception. Then his eyes fall on Ben and he takes out his gun and runs away. It seems that these people run after him throughout the hospital to kill him, but after a while Ben attacks him. Both of them keep fighting for a long time. They open fire everywhere. Some of the patients here are also killed in this firing. But in the end, Ben kills Walter, and then he goes to Amy and sees that Amy is also injured. Then he takes a lot of medicines and bandages from the hospital and takes Amy away from there. He knows that if these people stay in the hospital, then they may be attacked again. These people come to the washroom of a restaurant where Ben starts treating him. Then Amy tells him that I want to know the whole truth about who you are and what you do. Then Ben tells that I used to be a CIA agent 6 months ago. Then we see the scene of the CIA headquarters. Here we see all the CIA agents. They have found out what happened in Belgium, Floyd's. Both of them were their Belgian operatives. Meanwhile, here comes the picture of Ben. Everyone says that Ben is their prime suspect. Here we see another agent whose name is Na. As soon as she hears the name of Ben, she says, "Why would Ben do this? Ben was also a CIA agent who was fired by me 6 months ago. He violated our orders, and I had to fire him so that I could set an example that no other agent would do this in the future." Meanwhile, we get to know all the other information. Some time ago, a file was stolen. This file was about Hellgate Company, which is a shipping company, but under the guise of shipping, they are smuggling weapons, and the CIA comes to know about this. The CIA had kept the entire report in a file, but recently someone has stolen that file, and now the entire suspicion of the CIA people is on Ben. When these people removed Ben from the CIA, it was also banned in America. Then Ben had to go to Belgium. Everyone knows that Ben and Anna once had an affair. That is why the CIA people say that it will be easy for you to find her. We want you to find her. After hearing these things, no. She comes out and calls Derek as soon as she comes out. Then we find out that she has not been in touch this whole time with the Hellgate Company. She knew about everything that was happening here. Derek just got a container. Ben has taught Derek all these things about how to open that lock. Here another truth comes before us. The company which Hellgate had stolen within 3 months. It was built just for Ben. They knew how capable Ben was. As soon as Bell came to Belgium, he was looking for a job. Then the Hellgate Company built that office and gave Ben the job. Was opening the locks. He was not of the Hellgate Company, he belonged to all the CIAs, that is. This was working in the fire of Ben's CIA, and he did not even know this, and with the help of Ben, Derek, now this concert also opens up and those files get in his hand. Then he tells Anna that you promised me that no one will die, but one by one all the agents are being killed, nothing will happen. Her father says that my job is to send the refugees away from here and give them shelter. I can send both of you. They take both of them and sit in the car, which has a lot of refuge. There is a small house where these people can live away from here. Then on the other side we see the No, who has come to Belgium. After coming here, she meets a man named Bremer, who is the employee of Hellgate, and says that no matter how I want to find Ben and Derek now. Then Bremer says that you leave the worry of Ben, we have put the murderer behind him, he will do his work, you will just find the Derek. Only then we see the other side. On the other hand we see Ben, the number which was written on the hand of that corpse, after checking the number, knows that this code belongs to the CIA. After seeing this thing, slowly, after seeing this thing, now Ben can understand all the mind of Sarah. It goes to go that why the Hellgate Company had done this, and all the things that Ben have unlocked till now, all the CIAs were code. He has to go, he starts searching for Derek everywhere. In the meantime he reaches a hotel room and he gets the Derek, then both of them start fighting. Ben beats him very brutally. As soon as the Derek is injured the gun fits and says that tell me the whole thing, but Derek knows that soon the Hellgate Company will kill him too. Then he himself presses the trigger of the gun, which causes the death of the Derek here. Then the Ben sees, when the Ben sees it, that the Hellgate Company file is lying here. He takes the file and starts running away from here with Amy. Then we see that neither has come here, looking for the Derek. She looks at her, she starts going to Ben. Hi Ben, see that there are many more people here who have come to catch her. Then the gun points on Anna. You spread and listen to these things, Amy. Soon Ben starts running away from here in the car with Amy. Now Amy is very angry. She tells Ben that I felt that you came to me because you care about me but now I know that you came to me because you were banned from the US, you did not have the way to go anywhere else, your life has always been a soul and now you are also making my life a world. Amy is very angry, she runs away from here as soon as she reaches home without telling the Ben. As soon as she comes inside the house, she sees that someone has killed the owner of the house and has killed the owner of the house and Amy, it is also missing from here. Now it starts getting upset without getting upset when the Nobby comes here and tells Ben that his father was killed to kill Ben. He came to find Ben at his house and after hearing this, he killed his father. Ben understands that the same murderer has kidnapped. His daughter is also very angry. Now he says that whoever killed my father, I kill him. I want to plan both of them together. If Ben has done the most work, then it is the file of the Hellgate and immediately calls and tells that all this battle is for this file. This file is still with me. If you left my daughter, then I will give this file to you. After listening to these things, Anna agrees and immediately arrives. She offers this offer to Hellgate, then Hellgate also accepts it. And hand over Amy to Amy, but as soon as Anna goes down, he gets a murderer of Amy and kills him, because Hellgate ordered him. Now Anna too, it is not that, that's why these people killed him too. On the other hand we see Ben who has the files, but Ben has done a complete planning. He has a briefcase inside which he has put a bomb and put this bomb first. The bar does not explode to open a briefcase, but whenever the briefcase will open the second time, this bomb will explode. He puts the files in it and starts waiting for Hellgate. Only when the Hellgate comes in front of him, as soon as the Ben comes to know that his daughter they still have them, they get upset. Then Hellgate says that we have another offer, you give us files, but apart from that you will have to give your life, because you have known many things. You can be dangerous for us to be alive. So now you have to choose whether you will stay alive or if you give your life, then we will leave your daughter. After listening to these things, Ben thinks for a while and agrees to give her life so that her daughter is safe. He gives the files to the Hellgate. The Hellgate opens the briefcase and checks all the files and closes the briefcase. They hand over Amy to Amy. Ben he gives and hugs for the last time. In the meantime, he goes to Nabla, then Amy sits down, then his motorcycle and Nabla leaves him. Then the man of Hellgate starts to go away from here so that he ends his end. There is still a murderer with car. The Ben, as soon as he is sitting in the car, says that after ending you, I will go again to Amy and I will kill him and his grandfather. After listening to these things, Ben called on Fire gets and tells the murderer that some pages of that file are left here and take them to the Hellgate. Then they take those pages and go to the Hellgate. After seeing these papers near Hellgate again, the briefcase opens the briefcase. To keep the papers inside, there is a big blast here and all the people are killed with the Hellgate. Ben is also free now, he starts running away. She is preparing to get out of when Ben reaches here. After seeing her father alive, she is very happy that both of them embrace each other and this film ends here. So friends, today the video ends here. If you liked this video, then like it, share it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.